The Static Podcast is brought to you by the Hester Group, a law office with a 12-year proven track record of success. Now listen, if you've been involved in a serious car accident, you have injuries, your car is a wreck, you need to contact them because they can get you paid today. 314-652-4321. That's 314-652-4321. Tell them Staci Static sent you, but remember, the choice of an attorney is an important one and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Hey, welcome to the Static Podcast. I'm Staci Static. So, a lot of people have been talking about comedy this week because, Dave Chappelle just did his thing. So, and I tell people all the time that I'm a huge comedy supporter. I love stand-up comedy. I think that it makes the world better. And joining me today is a young man who has been killing the local comedy scene. He won 2 back-to-back competitions here in St. Louis. One at the Helium Comedy Club that I had the great pleasure of judging him at. And also he went a couple of weeks later and won the comedy competition over at the Funny Bone in Westport. Welcome to the show today, comedian Larry Greene. Hey.
Hey.
With the fancy shirts. He be wearing these performance shirts. I be telling him it was the shirt that got you in there. First of all, congratulations on both of your wins.
Thank you.
How exciting was that? Did you go into this whole competition season, I should say, because they were back-to-back, did you go into it like, I'm going to win this year?
I went into it saying this was going to be my last year doing it.
Oh, really?
I was pretty confident about making it to the finals.
Oh.
Winning both, I was like, I'm going to win one of them. But
you knew that. You spoke on it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Because I don't think I'd ever heard of you. I hadn't seen you before. Had I ever been in the building when were you in the comedy competition last year at Helium? Because I've been judging them for, this was, I think my third year.
I tried it 1 year before, and I went over my time at like the first round.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember which one it was. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't see, because I'm at the end.
Okay.
I don't get the preliminary stuff. I don't judge that. All right. So I was thoroughly surprised. I was like, look at the man with the fancy shirts with the good timing. Yeah. So how long have you been doing comedy?
I'm right around 6 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you start? Like, were you the funniest dude in class or?
Yeah, a lot of that, in class or on my sports teams and things like that.
Gotcha.
What got me started is when I was in college and I saw some people my age doing it. And I was like, okay, I seen them in real life, then I seen them on stage. I'm like, I'm kind of funnier than him, so I think I can at least do that,
So how was it the first time you got up to do stand-up? Describe that for me, because that just seems like the most gut-wrenching experience.
It was good the first time. Well, looking back, it's probably not so good, but it was good enough at the time. I kept going.
Right.
I was in college. I went to SIUC. There's an open mic at a place called Long Branch Cafe.
Okay.
They didn't have a mic. I went in there with like 3 jokes, and I'm like, I'm gonna go up here and do it. And
when you say 3 jokes, like it ain't like knock knock. Who's that? Like what?
Do I remember them? It was funny.
Remember?
So I do.
Okay.
I remember at least 2 of them. One of them was about I had a guy that I was cool in this student sports services program, and he always told this story about how he was from Haiti, and like his father or his grandfather packed their things up and came over on a boat, and that's why he's so driven about getting his PhD and stuff like that.
Right.
And I just told that story, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to compete with him. So I'm like, yeah, well, my ancestors came over on the boat too.
Right.
So like, add that, and then it was another guy. He was on the whole thing about kind of like the law of attraction. He was on the super deep thing, growing his hair out and all that kind of stuff. And he'd tell me these stories every day, like, bro, whatever I want, I just attract it with my mind. He's like, one day I was starving. I had nothing to eat all day. And then when I got to class, the girl in front of me turned around and she said, here, you want a banana? And I was just like, oh, you look like you were starving. Like, she offered you something to eat.
You looked hungry. That was the problem was.
Yeah,
okay, so those were your 2 of the 3 jokes that you told.
The last one, but it was
hilarious.
I'm gonna just try to tell a few stories. I ain't have much structure.
Or
know anything about that.
So would you consider yourself a storyteller comedian or an observational comedian?
Honestly, I've been working some stories in. I think
Yeah.
I have some, but when I think about a storyteller, I think about kind of longer stories and they tie it all back in. That's something I've been working into my comedy here more recently.
Okay.
I don't think I would say I was observational, but that's kind of always weird for me because I feel like comedy, that's us making our observations on things. So
Right.
I don't, it's hard for
Right.
me to say.
You know, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
do believe that there are different styles and that the superstars can pretty much do several different styles
Right.
the best. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They do several different to become like the better.
Yeah.
Who are some of your inspirations in the comedy game?
Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
um, Red Fox, Dick Gregory, um, some other people
Yeah.
I can't think offhand.
So do you feel like coming from St. Louis, you need to carry a torch, so to speak? Because I tell people all the time that St. Louis is a comedy city. They don't believe me. I'm like, how do y'all not see that?
I think it's just because of the larger scope. I think people that know, but like other than that, they don't really hear St. Louis and just think that unless they kind of tied in a little bit.
I think
or
the
kinda
black comedy world knows because
Okay,
you
yeah.
got the Ricky Smileys and the Sid the Entertainers, and a lot of them used to like come through St. Louis.
Right, right.
They had to this was one of the places in the Midwest where you could actually work your comedy out. So, and I think you still can.
Oh, it is,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. But I keep that in mind. I feel like it'll come as I continue to just be great. People look back and say, "Oh, he's from St. Louis."
I should have made you drink some
such.
coffee this morning. That's what
Hey, you got some coffee? I'll take some coffee. I
kind
came
of
in here
weak.
and
I'm
drank
over
some
here.
water.
I'm suffering because I'm like,
I
this
got
shit is
the
not
AC
strong
working
today.
and stuff. I'm like, I done
Yeah.
drank a cold glass of water. I should have got some coffee. I'm over here shaking like I'm on
Are
something.
you? Is that what you're doing?
You ain't see me shaking?
No, so
I'm
where-
good,
so
cool.
where
that
you
mean
get-
they don't see it either.
No, they
Good.
don't see it. So where you be getting these fancy shirts from, Larry?
Oh man, I can't. It's this website, but you got to be a member. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can. It's a membership. So
Oh, it's a
membership
member.
fees,
Oh, members
and then
only.
they design the clothes,
Oh.
and then they email me,
Right.
and then I choose from a selection.
Got you.
But it just depends, because sometimes I might go to Target.
Oh.
You never know. You
Because
gotta
they might
mix it
have the
up.
fancy shirts in Target,
saying.
so you get them from anywhere they got fancy shirts.
Yeah, I just I see something that stand out to me.
So what made you start picking shirts? Like the fancy shirt? Because I mean, it was very noticeable. Oh, that was like, he got performance shirts. Okay, this is style. I'm with it. I'm with
Performance
it.
shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got performance shirts. Honestly, I was looking back at some of my older pictures, and I think I kind of picked some of that up from my dad a little bit.
Oh, okay.
My mom always jokingly calls me country.
Why?
Just the stuff I do. Like when I first started, I used to wear these boots. And they weren't like no Timbs and nothing.
They were
was
cowboy
just,
boots?
Yeah, they was
Or
like
just-
boots. It zipped up on the inside of the ankle. I used to wear these plaid shirts. And I had a Kango. And I was looking. I was like, bro, I look so country. Like, why didn't nobody tap me on the shoulder?
Your
like,
mama tried to tell you.
like, I was out here looking like a straight uncle. Like a straight OG uncle. So I was looking back like, well, I have evolved over time.
Yes,
so,
I see. Now,
this is better.
You got a whole look now. You
Yeah,
got
I had to piece it together. I had the fade. It was halfway there, but I had to
Right.
keep working it.
right.
My clothes didn't fit right. though.
Now, you know what? I think that's important. People don't really pay that much attention. And a lot of comedians, they might come out looking crazy because they feel like they can't look good and do comedy. Like you can't look too good and do comedy because people aren't going to laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that it all ties in together. Like I remember I was telling somebody, I was like, yeah, Dave Chappelle got a stylist. When he had his show on Chappelle's show, I was
his
just
logo on all his clothes.
well, that's now but I'm talking about when he did Chappelle's show and he would come out on the stage and he
Oh.
would have like the jackets and the hats and the shoes.
Right.
I was like, y'all don't think somebody styled him? Somebody styled him for every show. Like,
Right,
come
right.
on now. You
Yeah.
gotta have a whole thing.
Yeah, it gotta make sense. Gotta
Yeah.
make sense. That's big. I think a lot of comedians take that for granted. Your appearance.
Yeah.
I think before people even decide if they want to listen to you, they looking at you. So it's just like people have on work clothes, coats, scrub caps.
He said work clothes.
Don't take
and
a shower.
coats.
You can't be stinking and just have on any kind of outfit.
They don't care.
It's like you going to the basketball game and you just like, I'm just gonna wear these clothes. It's
Right.
Like,
let me
it's
go
a
in here and do
uniform
this
for what
quick
you gonna,
5 minutes.
Yeah. So it's just like they looking at you feeling sorry for you. Like, oh, let's laugh. He look like he needs some money.
No. Yeah.
You don't want nobody feeling bad for you.
No, you want to look the part. You want to dress for the job that you want, not the
Right.
one you have. All right, I heard that.
Right.
Larry Greene, so where can we see you? Since obviously you've won 2 comedy competitions locally.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I'd never even heard of you, hadn't seen you. So where can people see you now that you been traveling, doing your thing? Because you were gone for were you gone a month right after that?
Yeah.
A few weeks?
Actually, I honestly popped in to do the competitions.
Wow.
I've been moving around, but this is just something that was on my to-do list. So I honestly took a chance and booked the flights to come and do this. So it's like, like if I win, I win my money back. If I don't, I'm my last year doing it. I just feel like I'm going to be overqualified next year,
I heard that.
So, yeah.
So you've been just traveling, doing shows. You've been getting booked around the country.
Yeah, I've been moving around. It's building, touching in different cities and meeting different comics. It's kind of starting to pick up,
Right.
But to answer your question, I'm going to be at the Helium today and tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's where people can come check me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be hosting this weekend. Come to the Helium, 7:30,
That's the
10
camera
o'clock.
right
Where we
There
at?
it is, right
Oh,
there.
y'all got me looking crazy. I've been looking at this TV. There
You
we
never
go.
look at the monitor.
I'm gonna be at Helium tonight, tomorrow, 7:30 and 10 o'clock, hosted for Carlos Miller. Y'all come out. It's gonna be a dope show. Libby Higgins is featuring.
Oh,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's
So
my
y'all-
girl.
Yeah, Libby cool.
Oh, it's gonna be a good night of comedy. Good weekend. Good weekend.
Yeah.
All right now.
Yep, you should
Larry
come
Greene
too.
out there. I was supposed to go last week and I didn't. I really try to go every week.
Okay.
But y'all don't have a Sunday show, and that's normally my day that I can get out.
Okay.
I might be able to slide through there tomorrow. We'll
Yeah,
see.
you can
We'll
do a
see.
little something.
We'll see. I know your jokes now, though.
Yeah, but, I'm gonna add a little something, but
You
yeah,
and I
get
noticed
it.
that. I
get
noticed
it.
that you did like on the finals. You added some stuff. I mean, yeah, obviously because you have more time.
Yeah.
But that's the disadvantage that I have when seeing local comedians. A lot of y'all have gone through the competition thing, and I've been a judge, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I know all y'all jokes.
Nah, that ain't all of them, but
I know a good portion
for the
of
amount
'em.
of time that I'm gonna do.
Right.
Yeah, do.
But you know
That's
what?
why I tell people that come out to the competitions, like once you came to a couple rounds, I'm not changing much because
Right.
the time doesn't change much.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I have seen people change up their routines, gotten sharper.
Yeah,
So no, it sometimes it changes, but it's still like I know
the
that.
gist of it though.
Yeah. Me and
It's
Kevin
just enough.
Johnson, that's a disadvantage that we have when we
Yeah.
know y'all stuff. And I'll be like, I feel sorry for y'all. But I'll be like, he really funny. This my favorite joke. This my favorite joke. I'm like,
Yeah.
but it's all good. So
No,
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to finally come in contact with you, to realize that you existed, and
Yeah,
to see you
see?
win the competition, and then follow up and see that you won the Funny Bone. So you've been stamped, and you can be on your way.
Okay,
You
thank
do-
you. Hey, where my stamp at? Because I'm gonna wear that on one of these shirts that you keep talking about.
Yeah.
I need my stamp.
Yeah, and and if you got fancy shirts you want him to wear, you need
Oh,
to
there we
start hollering
go.
at. Yeah.
I
He can
will
be your
brand your
fancy-
shirts.
Yeah, he
Whatever
will
kind of shirt
be-
you got, long
yeah.
as it's jazzy, hit me up. I
Yeah,
got you.
for performances and all that. 'Cause
Show
that's
shirts. She
Yeah,
called them.
show
She said I
shirt.
got show shirts. I'm open for show shirts, y'all.
You better go and get your look. You better get that sponsorship.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
need
talking
all
about?
of that.
All right. Well, tell everybody where they can find you on social media. Larry.
Y'all can find me at Larry Greene Comedy on Instagram, Larry Greene Comedy on Facebook and YouTube. Also, check out my website at Larry Greene Comedy. Yep.
So, okay.
Did I leave something out? My Gmail, Larry Greene Comedy at gmail.com. Put it in there.
There you go. Right. You can email them. You can book them, and you can help them out there. All right. So, personal business. I ain't getting none of your personal business.
Oh.
Kids, marriage.
Huh?
Huh? If you can you can hear it.
I
That's
don't
what they
have
say.
any children
Uh-huh.
right now. I'm not married. I'm dating. I'm doing a bad job at it, but I'm trying to make it work. So you know what? Y'all can help me. Y'all should go on my Facebook and say, whoever Larry Greene is in a relationship with, he want this to work out. He's trying. But he is struggling that life right now. But he is trying. So y'all go on my page, be like, girl, he's trying. Did you see him on the Staci Static? I'm trying, man. It's a struggle, man. Pursuing your
dreams,
passion and trying to balance. People say that, but it really is though, because you gotta put a lot into this thing, so that makes somebody feel kind of like
that's your first girlfriend is your career.
Basically, yeah. So
well, they would have to have a career too.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
She doing better than me.
That's normally the case with comedians as well. You like a starving artist, and she's like, I got benefits. I don't know what you over there doing.
Man, I'm trying to help you out.
You like, I know, girl, don't leave me.
Right. Remember them jokes? You remember the banana? Remember that?
That is hilarious. So yeah, y'all help him out and tell that woman he don't want to go nowhere. He wants you, girl.
Yeah, man. I'm tired of being out here. Somebody told me I was gallivanting one day. I said, girl, I'm finna look that up. Who you talking to? I didn't even know what that means.
You out here gallivanting?
Yeah, big word.
No.
Had me
Why she say that?
I don't know. It might have been some truth in it, but you should have said a word that was more accessible. You ain't have to grad school on me like that. I did a semester.
Right. And why you have to stun on me with that big ass word, which means I was just out here.
Yeah, you could've just said you was out here. You gallivanting. I said, I don't walk like that. What are you talking about? That sound like a horse gallivanting, don't it? That don't even sound right.
Yeah.
Got me messed up.
Got you messed up. All right, Larry Greene. Make sure you check for him. Larry Greene Comedy everywhere. And he's doing this thing at the Helium Comedy Club this weekend, opening up, hosting Carlos Miller. Yeah. So make sure you check out that special engagement at the Helium Comedy Club. Shouts out to Shay's Donuts, one of my sponsors here at the Static Podcast. He has the most delicious donuts over there. Shout out to Sterling at 1015 North Grand, right there. It's like right next door to the Veterans Hospital. So make sure you go holler at my guy, Sterling, over at Shay's Donut Shop. Not only do they have delicious donuts, but you can get yourself a burger, fries, chicken wings, catfish. They got all that good stuff over there.
Got the hookup.
Yeah, got the hookup. It's a snack shop. That's what they do over there. That's the Static Podcast for today. Monday, I got Mr. Ono is coming to the show. He is going to talk about the Nigerian Independence Day party that's happening on September 28th. Y'all know I love me some Afro beats, so I got one of the promoters coming in to talk about, this wave of Afro music that is hitting us, and how exciting it's going to be to partake in a Nigerian Independence Day party. What you over there doing?
Laughing at somebody.
Oh, okay.
Somebody wrote on my timeline, they better listen to me. Yeah, go do that.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm tell them what it's going to say.
Exactly. All right, you know what? So thanks for tuning in. You make sure you go check this guy out this weekend at the Helium Comedy Club, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Appreciate it.